I'm gonna read for you my story, The Light and Shade, which is gifted for all Syrians who are fighting for their freedom right now. Sham was my name. I was named after my country, Syria. A little girl carried her crayons and started to paint on the walls. I looked at her. She was giving me a promise. Tears were shedding away from my eyes without any permission. A small scarf covering my mouth enabled me to speak out of my pain. I was breathing hardly and trying to stay alive. My soul was in so much pain. Everything around me was dead. Darkness covered the place, and I was trying to keep the light inside my heart away from it. He was smoking the cigar. I watched him as he blew the smoke on my face. He was all dressed up as it was his wedding day. His neck was long and his eyes were cold blue as his heart. He was a monster in the shape of human. He forced everyone to love him, and he had his pictures spread everywhere. I looked him in the eye. I wanted to look stronger than ever, but my body started to fail me. My hands were bleeding. He started to laugh as he handed me a paper. He told me to write what I think of him. My body started to shiver, as if I were a little child. I was scared on the inside. I looked him in the eye and asked for something to write with. He told me, "Write with your blood." I took a look at the girl. Perhaps it's going to be the last look. She was still painting. Memories came as I started to write. Candles were lit all over the house, hoping to bring some light into this darkness. The electricity was out. The government had cut it on us. It was colder than ever in Syria. There was no heat, no food, and no love. A piece of bread had become a dream for us. Mosques and churches were bound to the ground. Just like in horror movies, people who asked for freedom were burned to death. But this time, it was reality. Fear had become part of us. All we had asked for was our freedom, and that was the cost. Many had lost their lives. Many towns were moved from the earth to the sky. Souls were flying just like white birds all over the countries. My bedroom was filled with drawings and writings about the vicious dictator who ruled my Syria. My little sister Homs was playing with her dolls. She wore a pink dress, and her hair was covered with flowers just like princes from fairy tales. Suddenly we heard a heart knocking on the door. My sister started to cry. I helped her. My mother opened the door. 4 of the dictator's armed soldiers broke into our house. My father told them that we have no weapons and we are not hiding any rebels. They pushed him to the ground. I wanted to fight them, but my father held me tightly, refusing to let me go. My sister screamed. One of the soldiers put a rifle into her head and said, "Shut up or I'll kill you." I looked into Hans's eyes and told her, "Everything going to be all right." Suddenly the soldier went up to my room. I followed them, and so did my father. The 4 soldiers started to laugh. One of them asked my father, "So who is the artist?" My father refused to answer. They ripped and stepped on my artwork with their feet. One of them held me against the wall and beat me with his rifle. Blood came out of my mouth. My mother and my